Hey fellow Vaultwares, it's Angry Turtle, and we just get patch notes for update 23. And as you can see, it's mainly bug fixes, like that's our only bug fixes, there is nothing else actually included. And the size is 8GB, around 8GB for console and less than 2GB for PC. First important bug fix, Settler Forager can actually give quest again. And I don't know why they're fixing allies one by one instead, like all at once, but yeah, it's still good. There is a lot of apparel fixes that are just cosmetics, then I will not talk too much about them, but they're good. Enemies, mutant hounds no longer incorrectly display glowing mutant hound visual effects. I guess that's good. Lunchboxes animation works in power armor now. Secret Service under armor no longer clips through armor. Address an exploit related to blueprinting. I have no clue what this exploit was. Turrets no longer target or attack neutral wandering merchant NPCs. That's awesome! Wow, that's a fix. Raw Yaoguai meat can now be sold to vendors for caps, and I didn't even realize you were not able to before. That's a big one for some people. The Emmet Mountain hazmat suit, that's a rare drop from Radiation Rumble event, can now be repaired, because so far, after it broke, it was over, game over. Another one, the one that I was waiting a lot for, and I was already excited when I discovered this fix on PTS, Endurance on armor and under armor now correctly grant plus 5 health per point of endurance. Thank you! 2 years of waiting, but worth it. Another one. This one, I was filing bug reports for last 8 months, and we have it fixed. Players can now correctly apply mods to solar and torn armor limb pieces. Better late than never, as they say. Exploit. Fix an exploit that could allow players to apply item mods without spending crafting materials under certain circumstances. Flora. Fix a case where previously harvested flora would incorrectly appear harvestable when revisiting the area. That was really annoying because it was only appearing harvestable and you were not able to pick it up. Then now it will not do that. Legendary weapons. Address an issue allowing weapons with certain legendary attributes to deal much higher damage than intended. Are those magic weapons? Or legacy weapons? Or something else? They didn't specify. My bet is magic weapons, as those are fixed on public test server. But we will test it out. Legendary weapons, next one. The instigating legendary attribute now correctly applies its damage bonus additively instead of multiplicatively. And they say correctly. For me, it's incorrectly because it absolutely have no sense taking into consideration the description of this legendary effect that's supposed to do double damage with the first shot. Now it's doing plus 100% base damage with the first shot. That's a huge difference than double damage. Mole Miner Pails, no more duping. Empty pails can no longer be dropped, sold or traded. Technical data, the same thing, no more duping. Weapons. The Cryolator with the Crystallizing Barrel mod no longer deals damage to the owner when firing at the ground or at objects that are very close. This is a weird one because this barrel gives it explosive effect. What was obvious that it can harm you if you shoot it too close, but my biggest concern is, will we still be able to use it to destroy mainframes in nuclear silo? As that was my main use case for this weapon. Weapons, another nerf. Applying a Scorch Killer's Receiver mod to the 45 SMG no longer results in a much faster fire rate than intended. And that was the only weapon where Scorch Killer's Receiver had sense. Now we can forget about it again. A lot of stability improvement, hopefully good ones and working ones. Awareness. Enemy resistance values that appear in VATS with the awareness percat equipped now correctly match the enemy's one wasteland adjusted resistances. That's a good one because it quite often had no sense and some of the enemies were displaying negative resistances. And let's see what are the real one. Now, what are the real resistances? Nerd Rage nerf. Now correctly applies its damage bonus additively instead of multiplicatively. That means another nerf for bloodied builds. Tenderizer. Targets now correctly take increased damage after being attacked by a player with the Tenderizer perk equipped. And that's not true because it was always working and I tested it couple times. What they actually fixed in here is that on-screen display damage numbers will reflect extra damage from Tenderizer. Fix an exploit in which players could bypass a portion of Daily Ops uplink to access the signal repeater early. Buttons addressed issues that could result from the scoreboard and operation report being mapped to the same button when completing a challenge and a daily op at the same time. Never experienced that. Daily Ops. That's looked like a really small one, but I really like it. That was missing so badly. Let me read it. Added experience and in-game currency rewards to the rewards list that appears in the operation report at the end of a daily op. Then we finally have a full picture what operation actually give us. Adjusted the wording on the operation report when players have already earned tiered rewards for the day to no more reward rolls available instead of none. What's good for new players especially. Addressed an issue that could cause the progress bar to stop updating when capturing an uplink during daily ops uplink. And some other minor bug fixes. And that's everything. That's the entire patch. Really small, as Bethesda promised. Couple really nice bug fixes. Couple nerfs that are not really welcome. And no mention about VATS. I don't know if they did anything with VATS or is still work in progress. It is working in public test server. Then I would hope something was done in here, but it is possible that it's not ready yet to be released. Hope next time. And what do you guys think about this patch? Are you happy? Are you upset? And what was your expectation? Because to be honest, I was expecting something like that, but I was expecting VATS fix to be included. And at least from the patch note, it is not. And as always, thank you a lot for watching and see you guys in the next one.